right now, like I said at the onset of the show, y'all seen him in the first segment. Give it up for him. Give it up. Mr. Donald Wallace.
Thank you.
How's the correct reading, though?
Close the right fist and open the left hand and bow from your heart.
Bow from the heart?
Yeah, that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Know
how to bow, right? Yeah.
Closer to me.
All right.
Oh,
now,
okay. Thank you.
Kung Fu master.
Yes, sir.
Now, take me back to, you've been in it all of your life since a child?
Yeah, since 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not even younger than that, but at 16.
16, yes, sir.
Now, what introduced you to martial arts, or who introduced you to martial arts?
Well, I came through a time when Kung Fu was very popular in Cleveland. Right. During the Bruce Lee era.
I came up out the theaters real quick. I bought the karate shoes. I got messed up, so I got to buy that real quick. But go ahead.
Yeah, so it's that's the start of my journey. And
so you mean until you went to the movies and you got excited like I did?
Oh, most definitely.
What part that messed you up real quick in a couple seconds, or the flying around in the trees?
Well, just the whole era at that time, because everything was like, booming Kung Fu.
Now, when you got into it and got introduced to it, did you appreciate the discipline at that early age?
Yeah, I did. I really did, yeah.
How much of a change was it to go from being maybe unbalanced, undisciplined, to being balanced and disciplined?
Well, I think just because I wanted it, so bad, I probably didn't pay that much attention.
Right.
Just something that grabbed me at a very young age.
Right.
And stuck with it ever since.
Now, you're a master now.
That's what my teacher called me.
And everyone that's into martial arts knows there's a process in between starting out and master. When did the light come on in your head where you said, well, I got this? And how old were you?
53.
Good answer. 53. Good answer.
54 now.
Right. Maybe at 17 you thought you had it. Huh? Right. Okay. All right. Now, what school of fighting were you? Did you come up under and train in?
Okay. When I first started, we was Liu Shan Raw Kung Fu.
Okay.
Located on 55th. From Liu Shan, we turned to North American Self-Defense Association.
Okay.
And from that, we became Northern Wind.
Okay.
And from Northern Wind,
with Master Greg Mayo.
Under Master Greg Mayo. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Beyond Northern Wind is Southern Style Fist, and that's why I'm at
Southern Style Fist. Yes. Okay. Now, when you see youngsters, because you teach also, right?
Yes,
now,
I
right?
do.
And when you see youngsters get involved from the start, do you already see in their eyes who's going to develop and become, title holders or belt holders and things of that nature?
Most of the time, you could tell if a kid is really grappling towards the idea or the philosophy in the art. They come in looking for one thing, they find something totally different.
Right. Has it ever been a time where a child surprised you, where you maybe thought they wouldn't make it or wouldn't have it, and then turn around all of a sudden after a few months of training, it seemed like they got a scheme and technique down?
Most kids are like that. If they like it, they can get it real quick.
Right.
It's not really too complicated. But my profession is adults.
Adults.
I teach adults mostly.
How do you get adults that's coming in fresh? And then after they take blows and go and fall down and get knocked down, how do you keep them encouraged to keep one to learn and get better?
That's a good question. What I try to do is douse them with heavy philosophy while you in the art, what to expect while you in the art.
Right.
I teach you how to fall so you don't have to fall.
Right.
We try to have the discipline in the mind first before the body gets
combat.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I want to know, I know all of you watch the Chinese films and everything, and whenever, throughout the film, they always have something wise to say before the fight or something. Always have something wise to say. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They always got something wise to say before he hits you or something. You should have learned. You should have learned. You know, you left your mom. You know, you left your mom. You should have learned. Well, you know what I mean? You ever notice that? I mean, and then they smack you. You know, they always say something wise. Now, is that the culture? Is that the culture of Kung Fu to be spiritually inclined and physically inclined and mentally inclined all in one?
You really can't separate the three because your mind, body, and your spirit has to be present for you to even accept what's going on.
Right.
The idea behind the philosophy is to get the mind in the right place first. Because the mind is the leader.
Right.
And so if the mind is there, the body have no choice but to follow.
Now, you seem like a real pleasant guy.
Yes.
And I always wanted to know the mind of a killer. Because let's not get it mistaken. Let's not get it mistaken. You know what I'm saying? You seem pleasant. I mean, what is it like to go from being pleasant and then someone disturbs you and violates your space and violates you, and then you have to correct them, and then you have to judge how much force to use?
That's true.
I mean, yeah, what goes in your mind? What goes on in your mind?
Patience.
Patience?
Patience. Patience. You have patience, you can weigh out a lot of situations.
Pay out.
Yeah, if you are aggressive in mind, then that's going to show in your action. So if you're patient, chances are you can weigh out situation, weigh out the people, you know.
Right, right.
You have to remember, too, you know, being involved in the martial arts for as long as I have, I am already a lethal weapon.
Right. Right. That's what I said. Killer. Don't get it mistaken. Killer. You know, Mel Gibson. Right. That's what I'm saying. Right.
And the other part, I'm gonna go to jail.
Right.
Patience.
Do you feel like you still got a lot? You can learn a lot.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Always a student in life.
Always a student in the art. Always. Yeah. Yes, right.
Now, the master that taught you, who is that?
I had a couple of masters. Master Mayo came through Northern Wind, as I was saying. His teacher was Grandmaster Art Sites.
Right.
And his teacher was Great Grandmaster Lu Shang. That's on my Kung Fu half of me.
Right.
The Tai Chi, I studied with Mr. Wong. He was located in Coventry in Cleveland Heights. And I was there for about 25, 30 years.
Now, one last thing, if it was something you could tell a youth that's growing up and thinking about coming into martial arts, what would it be?
First of all, go Kung Fu. Be serious if you're contemplating it. Be very serious and stick with it, because you can't learn anything overnight, and it takes a while for things to develop, and the best thing you got to have is patience and be serious.